For the last while, I've been wanting to get into a lot of different genres of gaming. And frankly, visual novel is probably one of the ones I've got want to get into the most. But of course, the barrier would be the fact I have to read a lot, and there's not much gameplay to a visual novel. But I can really say that Va-11 is a good ass visual novel. I've been playing this a lot recently, and again, it's probably one of my first visual novels I've gotten into quite a bit. And I know there are better ones or like bigger ones like Danganronpa, and trust me, I've been going to play that too. But like after I'm done this, I'll jump into Danganronpa. But like Va-11 is more or less just a game where you play as a bartender named Jill, and then you basically just do the normal bartender stuff, and people come in, talk, get drinks, and it's been pretty funny and wacky so far. And as I'll go later into the video, I'll explain why I absolutely love this game. One of the best things about this game has to be, of course, the characters. What I've seen so far, everyone seems really fun and at least varied to the point where like they don't act the same exact way. And frankly, right now I could say is best girl, so you're gonna have to fight me on that. But at this point, again, I haven't seen much since I probably like about 8 days in, but I can still say that all of them are really great, and the interaction with Jill and the customers and Jill and the other bartenders are really great. They all seem to have really good chemistry with each other, and of course there's still some mystery on like who exactly they are and their past and such. And that gag that like when people spit out the water whenever something surprising happens, yeah, that's most of the dialogue in this game. And frankly, I love it just because it's really funny, and like it can be serious when it wants to, but just a lot of the times it's really fantastic in my opinion. Next off, I can say that the music is 100% amazing. And I know the game lets you pick whatever soundtrack, like whatever music you want to play during the day, but honestly, from the ones I've listened to, because I've tried to swap it up once in a while, I can still say, yeah, a lot of them really fit the theme of a ball, and it's just a lot of them sound nice. And even then, I would go look up the soundtrack on the internet, but I don't want to get spoiled, so I'm going to do that when I finish the game, so... And another thing, this game looked absolutely fantastic, and I think I mentioned this before, but all the characters look really cute. The whole game looks really soft, and the purple mixed in with like the other character designs look really, really nice. And I really love the character design in this game. Okay. And now for the gameplay part, again, there isn't much. It's a visual novel. Most of the time you just be reading, and in the case of some actual gameplay, there's the bartending stuff. You gotta like mix drinks, follow basically how it's made, and if you don't, you gotta like redo it. But a lot of the times it's just really fun to see exactly what drink you have to make, and sometimes it's not as obvious as it's made out to be. Like sometimes like I know some of the customers have said like, oh, just really, I am trying to think of an example. Like, okay, basically, a lot of the times, it's going to be a mystery of what they want, and they might give hints. Like, for example, if they want like a sweet drink, a big drink, manly drink, or whatever else. Because, like, again, sometimes it's just not as clear, and you're going to have to figure out. And if you give the wrong orders, sometimes they might was like, oh, this isn't what I want. I'm like, well, you didn't tell me, so not my fault. It's just, it's kind of fun sometimes. And from my experience, it took me just a little bit to figure out how exactly to make the drinks. Like, for example, like I'm trying to use keyboard controls to make it because, frankly, it's a lot easier than dragging the mouse. But, a lot of the times it's just getting used to mixing drinks, figuring out like, oh, since it's sweet, which sweet drink do I use? And it's just stuff like that. And frankly, it's still pretty enjoyable once you get used to it. The last thing, I actually do love a lot of the transition scenes between like daytime, break time, stuff like that. And I also really do love when like Jill is in a room just looking at her phone, because I find all those stuff adorable, and it melts my heart because it's fucking adorable. Okay, but now I think it's a good time to stop raging the game and start talking shit about the game, because frankly, this game fucking sucks. Okay, it doesn't really suck, but I do have some gripes about this game. Or like, yeah, okay, I do have some gripes. I don't know. I guess you can consider the fact that this is a visual novel, and you could probably take that as a negative because again, you have to read a lot, and there's not a ton of gameplay, so you basically have to just rely on like your reactions just to have fun, or like the characters talking, because again, not much to it other than talking and bartending in this case. And again, since a lot of this is just text, finding about info in the world is kind of optional, so you don't have to do it. And I guess that really sucks because, like this world is, in my opinion, really interesting to find out just because of the people that inhabit it seem really cool. So, of course, I guess that's a negative. You can't really find out a lot of the info if you don't like actually go out and read some of the stuff. And well, all of it's in game too, because when you are at home, you can read up on your phone. So I guess if you don't bother checking that out a lot of the time, then you won't find out lots of stuff. And if we're getting really nitpicky, I guess another negative would have to be the fact that you have to play this game numerous times just to get different endings and like just get different results. So if you're not into like multiple playthroughs, you would probably just have to like stick it out with whatever you get originally. So that could suck for some people, I guess. And another small gripe I have with the game is that they don't really give you a like tutorial on what the keyboard controls are. And I know that they give you a tutorial on like how to make drinks and how to get used to making them, but the keyboard controls are completely like just not even there or explained in game. I had to figure out all of it by myself, and it got pretty annoying for the most part because I was swapping between the keyboard control and then the mouse, and it wasn't really that fun. Like at least maybe have an optional menu or something to explain, oh, this drink does this, or like this, like if you press this it goes, like stuff like that. I can understand my incoherent talking, but just it got really annoying, and eventually I did learn it just because I kept on messing around with the buttons a lot. And as I said before, there's no time limit on drinks, so you can just spend like a good 20 minutes just getting used to the keyboard controls. But it would have helped if the game actually went out and said, oh yeah, he was maybe like pressing this, and like just stuff like that, Other than those small complaints, and I will admit those are probably really nitpicky, but other than that, I still absolutely love this game. And frankly, if you are into visual novels, yes, I would say 100% get this. And if you want to get into visual novels, I would say yeah, still get this just because it's a really fun experience. This has been Mike, and see you guys later.